Hello guys, so ngayon po, we are going to answer the recording and posting activity that has been posted last Friday. So here are the instructions. So I do hope you were able to answer it yourself, the activity. Okay? So mauna po natin sagutan ito before po ako magbigay ng another activity which will recorded. Okay? So in the activity that I've given you already, ay nasagutan na po natin ang July 1 and July 2 transaction. So our activity is accomplishing the journalization and posting of the following selected transactions taken from the books of the Viator Services for the month of July 2013. The next, create the trial balance of total and the trial balance of balances. So, we have here from July 1 to July 31, ito po yung mga happenings, events, that has been incurred in the month of July 2013 under Viator Services. So, ito po yung mga business transaction na naganap sa Viator Services for the month of July 2013. Okay? So, before we start, okay, I would like to show you the different forms na gagamitin po natin in the journal entry, posting entry, and trial balance. Okay? So, first, we have the journal sheet po. Okay? Ayan. Dito po natin ilalagay while having the transaction analysis, dito po natin ilalagay ang ating entries. Okay? On our business transactions. Okay? And then, after we accomplish the journal sheet, dito naman po tayo sa posting entry, sa ledger po. So, we prepared until page 16. And then, afterwards, okay, to prove the correctness of the transferring of information from the general journal to the general ledger, okay, the person who is accountable in preparing such report will produce the first preliminary report in accounting, which is called the trial balance. So, tandaan po natin that there are two types of trial balance. We have the trial balance of total and the trial balance of balances. Okay, let's start. So, we'll answer the first transaction. So, first, we'll have to analyze the first transaction. So, Viator opened a repair shop business in Makati City with a trade name Viator Services and invested cash for 100,000 pesos, shop equipment for 65,000, and furniture and fixture for 50,000 pesos. Okay? So, lalagay po natin dito sa date. Of course, we are going to put July 1. Okay? So, particulars. Dito po sa particulars, dito po natin ilalagay the different account titles or the different accounts that has been used on the business transaction. So, syempre, unahin na po natin yung invested cash. Okay, so makikita nyo po dito that there has been an increase in asset and there has been also an increase in capital simply because there has been an investment made for the company. Okay, so susulat na po natin dito ang cash. Ayan, cash. Since it is, there is an increase in asset, dito po ilalagay po natin siya sa debit side. So, magkano yung cash natin? It's worth 100,000 pesos. Okay? So, doon po sa how to use, okay, this is the centavo part. Okay? And then, we have the whole numbers po dito sa boxes na po dito under sa debit side. So, we have worth millions po ito kung bibilangin po natin. So, since start tayo dito, centavo, wala naman pong particular, so we can place dash. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, 100,000 pesos. Okay? Next asset account, we have the shop equipment. Yan. So, pasensya na po kayo sa aking sulat. Napakaganda. Okay? So, how much is the shop equipment? 65,000 pesos. So, again, wala naman po tayong centavo amount. So, we can put dash here. Pero, kung may centavo, like 50 cents, pwede po natin 50. Or, better yet, pwede din naman po ninyong ilagay ang 00. Pero, mas prefer ko na lang po ang dash. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 5, 65,000 pesos. Okay? So, pwede po kayong dito magsimula or pwede din naman dito. Okay? So, anywhere you are comfortable to start. Kung dito po o dyan. Basta po tama po yung input natin ng numbers. Next, another asset, we have the furniture and fixture. Okay? Furniture and fixture. Okay. So, sa furniture and fixture, magkano po? We have 50,000 pesos. Yan. Okay. So, we are done with the debit part. Right? So, next na po tayo is the capital account. Okay? Doon na po tayo sa credit side. Which is, okay? So, we have the via NAR Services Capital, or simply, we can put via capital. Okay? So, always remember, lagi po kayo dito nalilito. Right after you've inputted the debit part, lagi po tayong mag-i-indent kapag maglalagay na po tayo sa credit part po ng ating journal sheet. Kasi last time po, dito po nagkamali yung iba. Okay? Hindi po nila in-indent yung kanilang credit part. So, paano natin malalaman yung via capital? Okay? Simple po. We're going to add the whole asset accounts that has been listed in the debit. Kasi, ito yung kabuang ininvest po ni Vianar sa kanyang business, which is the Vianar Services. So, ang capital niya is the sum total of all the assets, which is worth 215,000 pesos. Okay? So, pag-isa dito, 215,000 pesos. Okay? So, the third line indicates now the explanation of the transaction, which is, so again, i-indent po natin ulit siya. Okay? Indicating that this is the explanation part of the transaction. So, to record the investment of VIA, period. Okay. So, next, before we proceed to the next business transaction, which is July 2, we have to put, okay, the number sign, okay, just below each transaction. Kasi, this is now indicating that the first transaction for the month of July of Vianar Services is already complete. Kapag po kasi hindi natin nilagay ang number sign dito, and you leave a blank dito, ibig sabihin, meron ka pang gustong isingit, which is apparently, it is already a form of cheating. So, since ito lang naman ang transaction for the month of July 1, we have to put number sign. Okay? Indicating that the transaction is already complete. Okay? Okay. Second transaction po tayo. July 2. Paid 1-year rental of the shop amounting to 60,000 pesos. So, una, lagay natin July 2. Hindi ko na po nilagay yung July na word kasi po, this indicates nga po that the report is July for the month of July. So, kahit hindi na po ilagay yung July. Okay? This simply stating na under din po siya ng month of July. Okay? So, July 2, nagbayad po ng 1-year rental ng kanyang shop amounting to 60,000 pesos. So, pang isang taon. Ibig sabihin, you already paid in advance. So, anong ilalagay natin? Prepaid rent. Okay? Magkano yung ibinayad niya? It's worth 60,000 pesos. Okay? So, careful lang po tayo lagi sa paglalagay ng ating answer dito po sa box. Huwag po kayo malilito. So, kano ulit? It's 60,000 pesos. 1, 2, 3, 4. 60,000 pesos. Okay? So, doon naman tayo sa may credit part. Since nagbayad tayo, ayan, so, syempre, sa pagbabayad, gumamit po tayo ng cash dito. Okay? On the credit part, so, since nagbayad tayo ng ating rental for the whole year, amounting to 60,000 pesos, so, syempre, ilalagay natin cash. Okay? So, since there has been a cash outflow for the payment of the rental fee. So, again, it will be 60,000 pesos. Yan. So, very careful po tayo talaga sa paglalagay ng ating figures. Okay? Always make sure na balanse po siya and correct figures ang ating nilalagay. Nang sa ganon ay hindi po tayo magkamali on the succeeding reports. Okay? So, third line again, anong ilalagay natin? Of course, is the explanation. Okay? Simple lang naman. Again, indent to record the 1-year rental. Okay. And then again, since the transaction has already been completed, lagay po tayo dito ng number sign. Okay? Next. Next transaction. Okay? Again, on July 2. Yan. Parehas na araw. July 2. Rendered services for cash. 75,000 pesos. So, Vioneer Services rendered services to its client in cash. 75,000 pesos. So, meron po tayo ditong service income. Alright, so, we're going to put here July 2. Okay? So, first, okay, we are going to put on the debit side cash. Bakit cash? Simply because we receive cash. Okay, on the services rendered by Vioneer Services. Amounting to how much? 75,000 pesos. Ayan. 1, 2, 3, 5, 75. Okay. And then, okay, the rendered services, okay, will be converted into a service income, of course, under capital. Mag-increase po ang ating capital dito. So, lalagay po natin dito, service income. Okay? Siyempre, magkano? Of course naman, parehas. 1, 2, 3, 5, 75,000 pesos. So, as you can see, so far, balanse po ang ating report. Okay. So, the third line again, okay, ano ilalagay natin? Explanation. Simple lang, okay? To record the services rendered. And then again, since the transaction has already been completed and recorded, we are going to put number sign. Okay? Next transaction. Ayan, so medyo napupuno na. Ayan. Next transaction is July 5. Rendered services on account for 100,000 pesos with 30% down payment and balance on account. So, nag-render po tayo ng serbisyo sa ating customer on account. Ibig sabihin, okay, meron po tayong receivable. Okay? Pero, nagkaroon naman ng 30% down payment si customer. Okay? At ang balanse pa, the rest of it is 70%, balanse pa ni customer on account. So, may pagkakautang si client sa atin. At meron din tayong sisingilin kay client, which is 70% of the 100,000 pesos. Okay? So, let's proceed. Okay? lalagay po natin dito, of course, is 5. Indicating that that is a transaction in July 5. Okay? So, first, meron tayong na-collect na 30% down payment. Okay? So, that is, of course, in the form of cash. Okay? Magkano ang 30% ng 100,000 pesos? Of course, it's 30,000 pesos. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay? So, that is an asset. Since meron tayong collectible, kasi 30% nga lang ang nakolekta pa lang natin kay client, okay, the 70% of the 100,000 pesos will be our accounts receivable. Yan. So, ito po yung kakailanganin pa po nating makolekta kay client. So, magkano ang natira sa 100,000 pesos? Of course, 70,000 pesos. Okay? The next, dito na tayo sa credit side. So, on credit side, since there has been rendered services, okay, so, ilalagay po natin dito as service income. Okay? So, magkano? Of course, in the total amount of 100,000 pesos. Yan. So, balance? Yes, balance. Next would be its explanation, of course, to record the services rendered. And again, since the transaction is completed, lagay po natin dito ang number sign. Next is our July 10 transaction. Okay, purchase a computer on account at SY Appliance Center for 45,000 pesos and made a 10% down payment. So, bumili tayo or bumili si Viner Services ng computer kay SY Appliance Center in the amount of 45,000 pesos. Okay? Binayaran natin in a 10% down payment. So, 10% down payment is a 10% of 45,000 pesos. Okay? So, the rest, okay, the rest would be our balance on account kay SY Appliance Center. So, meron po tayong liability debt dito. Meron tayong payable, okay, kay SY Appliance Center. So, how are we going to put it on the journal? Okay? So, lagay muna natin. Huwag natin kalimutan, always, the date, July 10. Okay? So, what is the account that we're going to debit? Of course, ano yung na-inquire natin? Nag-increase tayo in asset in the form of office equipment. So, remember, ano ang binili natin? Or ano ang binili ni Vianar? It's the computer. And computer is under office equipment, under asset account. So, lalagay po natin dito, office equipment. Okay? Magkano yung office equipment? It's worth 45,000 pesos. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Ayan. 45,000 pesos. Now, we made, okay? We made a 10% down payment, okay, for the computer that Viner Services purchased at SY Appliance Center. So, ibig sabihin, okay, meron pong cash involved dito. Okay, kasi nga, nagbayad po tayo. Ayan. So, magkano ang 10% of 45,000 pesos? It's 4,500 pesos. So, 1, 2, 5, okay, 4,500 is the 10% of 45,000 pesos. Yun po ang ating down payment kay SY Appliances. Okay? So, the rest is on account. Sabi po doon sa business transaction. Ibig sabihin, we have an accounts payable. Ayan. Okay? So, meron po tayong accounts payable. So, magkano yung natitira pa sa 45,000 pesos? So, ililes lang po natin. 4,500 less 45,000. That will be your accounts payable. So, we have 40,500. Okay? So, total nito, pagko-compute mo, it's 45,000, 45,000, balance. Okay? So, third line, we are going to write its explanation. Okay? The explanation is, of course, to record the purchase of computer. And again, since kompleto na po ang ating transaction, we have to put number sign. Okay? Okay, next, July 15 transaction. Okay? So, paid the salaries of employees for 30,000 pesos minus the withholding tax of 2,500, SSS premium of 800 pesos, and pag-ibig premium of 200 pesos. Okay? So, dito naman po tayo, okay, meron tayong expenses kasi nagbayad po tayo ng salaries ng ating empleyado, okay, with its withholding tax, and then SSS and pag-ibig. So, minus po. Yun, minus. Okay? The rest, of course, will be in the form of cash. Okay. So, how are we going to put it in our journal sheet? Yeah. So, again, we should not forget the date. It's July 15. Okay? July 15. So, what did we pay? It's the salaries and wages. Okay? It's on the debit side. Okay, so there is, okay, an increase in expense. Okay? So kapag meron tayong increase in expense, of course, it should be placed on the debit side. So magkano yung salaries and wages? It's worth 30,000 pesos. Okay? So 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Dash. Okay? Minus, sabi niya. So, dito sa salaries and wages ng 30,000 pesos, okay, ibabawas po natin dito yung SSS, withholding tax, pag-ibig. Okay? So, lalagay na natin. Unahin natin ang withholding tax. Okay? Lalagay na po natin siya sa credit side. Withholding tax. Payable. Okay? Magkano ang withholding tax payable natin na nakalagay? It's 2,500. Ayan. The next, minus SSS. Okay? SSS payable. Ayan. So, that would be 800 pesos. Okay? And then, we have also pag-ibig payable. Okay? Magkano ang ating pag-ibig? It's 200 pesos. Okay? So, kung makikita ninyo, kulang pa siya. Okay? Kulang pa siya. Nasaan yung natitira ng 30,000? So, since nagbayad tayo ng salaries and wages, okay, it will be in the form of cash. bababa yung asset natin. There is an increase in expenses and there is a decrease in our assets. Okay? So, withholding tax, SSS at pag-ibig are considered to be the employees' benefits po ang mga ito. Okay? So, since nagbayad tayo ng kanilang salaries and wages, we will include cash. Okay? So, magkano ang ilalagay natin sa cash? Siyempre, if we're going to total this, and then, ililess natin ng 30,000 pesos, yun po ang ating cash paid na salaries and wages. Okay? So magkano? We have 26,500. And then, on the third line, lalagay po natin ang ating explanation. Okay? Simple lang po. To record payroll. Okay, payroll pong tawag natin dyan. So, again, since tapos ng ating transaction, we're going to put number sign here. Next. Okay, let's proceed to July 20 transaction. So, 3 more to go. Collected 50% of the services rendered last July 5 for 35,000 pesos. Okay, so, July 5. Ayan. Okay. So, nakakolekta po tayo ng ating receivables dito po sa July 5 transaction from our customers. Okay? 50%. Okay? 50% po ng balanse pa po natin. Right? So, how are we going to put it in our journal sheet? So, again, okay, lalagay po natin dito, July 20. Ayan. So, malinaw po na nilalagay niya dito, nakakolekta tayo ng 50% of the services rendered last July for 35,000 pesos. Ayan. So, balikan lang po natin, no? Accounts receivable, 70,000. Okay, 50% of 70,000 is 35,000 pesos. So, simple lang po dito. Since naka-receive tayo, nakakolect tayo, it's cash. Okay, worth 35,000 pesos. And then, of course, ang ating accounts receivable, bababa na po siya kasi nakakolekta tayo. Okay, and then explanation, of course, to record collection. Yeah. Since the transaction is completed, number sign. Next transaction. July 25, rendered services on account for 125,000 pesos with 50% down payment and the balance on account. So again, nag-render tayo ng service sa ating customer, pero on account, worth 125. Pero, nagbigay naman ng 50% down payment, and the rest of the 50% of 125,000 pesos is on account. So, again, parehas lang po ito ng July 5 transaction. Okay? So, lagay po natin dito, July 25. Okay? So, we are going to put cash. Okay? Kasi may na-receive po tayo from the rendered services. Magkano? It's 50% of 125,000 pesos. Okay? We have 62,500. And of course, 50% of the 125,000 pesos is still on account. So, meron po tayong accounts receivable. Ayan. Okay? So, magkano? Of course. Ayan. Okay? So, meron tayo ulit collectible dito sa ating client. And of course, since there has been rendered services to the customer, syempre, meron tayong tinatawag na service income. Of course, the total of this, okay, magkano? It's 125,000 pesos. Okay? Then, third line, explanation. To record the services rendered. Then, since the transaction is complete, number 7. And the last transaction, July 31. Nagbayad ulit ng salary sa ating empleyado worth 50,000 pesos. Minus again, withholding tax 3,500, SSS 1,250, and pag-ibig 400 pesos. Okay? So the rest of it, okay, is in again paid in cash. Katulad din po siya ng July 15 transaction. Okay? So do not forget the date, 31. Okay. So salaries and wages worth 50,000 pesos. Okay? And then, meron tayong withholding tax payable. Kano? It's 3,500, excuse me. So, 1, 2, 5, 3. Meron din tayong SSS payable worth 1,250. And then, we have also pag-ibig payable worth 400 pesos. And of course, the rest, cash. Again, total this, minus sa 50,000 pesos. Ang natira ay 44,850 pesos. 44,850,000 pesos. So, kapag inad po natin ito, it will be 50,000 pesos. So, explanation. To record the payroll. Or to record payroll. Okay? So, that's the end of our recording in the general journal. Okay? On the transactions of binary services for the month of July 2030. Okay. In order for you to check kung tama lahat ng input mo dito sa iyong journal sheet or dito sa iyong general journal, okay, ay ito-total mo ang iyong debit side and credit side. So, dapat, yung total amount ng debit side mo at saka ng credit side mo ay parehas. Ibig sabihin, balanse. Okay? Kapag balanse ang total amount ng debit and credit side mo, ibig sabihin, okay, you are starting to be confident na tama po ang input mo sa iyong journal sheet. So, ang total amount po nito ay 700, okay, 35,000 pesos. Okay? So, we can put peso sign here, then double rule. Okay? Pag double rule po, ibig sabihin yun po yung total amount. Okay? So, dito din po actually, na-compute ko na, is parehas po sila. 735,000 pesos. So, dito pa lang, okay, meron ka ng medyo nakaka 1/4 ka na sa katotohanan na tama ang input mo. Okay? So, right after this, proceed na po tayo dito sa recording on our ledger. So, lahat ng account titles mo dito should be transferred here. Okay? Okay. Take note of the post reference. Okay? What are you going to put here? hinuli po natin ito. Kasi, ibabase po natin kung saan page sa ledger siya mapupunta. Halimbawa, cash. If we're going to put cash here, ilalagay po natin dito sa post reference natin, GL1. Okay? Ibig sabihin, General Ledger, page 1. So, yun po ilalagay natin mamaya. So, hindi lang po basta-basta magpo-post. Kailangan po dito ng mahabang pasensya kapag naglalagay na po tayo dito sa posting entry. Okay? So, kalakip ng pagpo-post dito, ay ilalagay din po dito yung posting reference. Ang post reference naman po dito, syempre, kung saan mo kinuha yung figure. Saan? It's of course, on the General Journal. Okay? General Journal 1 lang naman po ito kasi isang sheet lang po siya. Okay? So, that will be our next. Okay? Posting. Okay. Now, we will going to start recording on our ledger. Ito na po yung posting entry natin. So, para hindi po kayo masyado sa pag-identify ng kung ano yung accounts na ilalagay, unahin natin lahat ng asset accounts. Okay? Particularly, yung usual or common na nagagamit. Okay? So, meron po tayo dyan, cash. Diba? So, lahat ng cash, debit side muna tayo. Okay? Dito muna tayo. Para hindi po tayo mahirapan sa pag-identify. Mamaya na yung credit. Okay? Minsan na lang po natin. So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, we have 5 transactions on debit side sa ating cash account title. Okay. So, eto na. Lagi din po natin nakakalimutan ito on our previous activity. Hindi po natin na ilalagay yung account title dito. Dapat po nilalagay natin. So, inaan natin cash. Okay. So, since nilagay natin sa General Ledger page 1 ang cash, pwede na po natin ilagay dito sa ating posting reference kung saan natin ilalagay si cash. Okay? So, pwede natin ilalagay po natin dito General Ledger page 1. Okay? So, at the same time, ilagay mo na din po si July 1. So, we can already put here 7 indicating July 0.01. Okay? July 1. Okay? Post reference mo, saan mo kinuha yun? Siyempre sa General Journal 1. General Journal 1 po siya kasi nag-iisang sheet lang naman po or nag-iisang page lang siya. So, debit side. Magkano ang cash? Okay? Dito po sa General Journal, meron tayong 100,000 pesos. Okay? Next. Meron din tayo sa July 2. Ayan, cash. Diba? Cash. So, lalagay natin dito, 702. Okay? So, magkano? Again, General Journal 1. Dito naman, lagay natin, General Ledger 1. Ayan. So, magkano? It's 75,000 pesos. Another. We have also July 5. So, lagyan natin ulit. 7. Sorry, hindi nakikita. 705. Okay. So, again, saan kinuha? It's in the General Journal 1. So, again, dito naman, lalagay natin General Ledger 1. Yan. So, magkano? It's 30,000 pesos. Next, we have also on, yan, July 20. So, lagay natin dito, 720. Saan kinuha? General Journal 1. Okay, dito naman, we can already put General Ledger page 1. Okay, so magkano po? It's 35,000 pesos. Okay, next, we have also July 25. Okay? So, sa July 25, meron tayong 62,500. Ayan po. Ito siya. Okay? So, 7. Yan. July 25. So, saan kinuha? Again, is on the General Journal 1. Magkano? Ito, 62,500. Okay? So, we'll get the total. Okay? So, i-add mo lang po to lahat. Magkano? It's 302,500 pesos. Then, double rule, indicating that that is the sum total of the debit under cash. Now, since tapos na tayo sa debit, punta naman po tayo sa credit. Okay? So, asan yung mga credit na cash? We have here, 1. Sa July 2 ulit. Meron din tayo sa July 10. Meron din tayo sa July 15. Ayan, ito, yung 15. At meron din tayo sa July 31. Alright. So, dito tayo ulit. Okay? So, simulan natin sa July 2. Yan. Okay. So, meron tayong 702. So, this is July 2. Sorry. Yan. Ito po, July 2. Magkano ang credit side? It's 60,000 pesos. Yan. So, post reference. General Journal 1. Dito naman, General Ledger 1. Yan. Okay? So, credit in the amount of 60,000 pesos. Next, we have also, saan na yun? Yan. July 10. Yan. Sa July 10 natin, mayroon tayong cash worth 4,500. So, dito, lagay natin July 10, General Journal 1. Tapos, dito naman po, ilalagay natin General Ledger 1. So, it's 4,500. And then, we have also July, yan, July 15. Yan. So, maging pasensyoso lang po talaga kayo sa paglilipat. Okay? And make sure na wala kayong mamimiss. Kasi magkakamali na po kayo. Yan. So, cash, July 15. Worth 26,500. Okay? So, lagay natin dito. July 15. General Journal 1. Dito naman po, ilalagay na natin General Ledger 1. Okay? So, that is worth 26,500 pesos. And the next, we have also, yan, July 31. Okay? July 31. Yan. So, nakikita po ba natin? Ayusin natin konti. Yan. Okay? So, we are going to put here July 31. Of course, nakuha natin siya sa General Journal 1. Magkano? It's worth 44,850. Okay. Okay. So, huwag natin kalimutan. Lagay natin dito. General Ledger page 1. Okay. So, total. This is worth 135,850 pesos. Double rule. Okay. Tapos na tayo sa cash. Okay. So, next pages of the general ledger ay ganun din po. Ganito lang din po ang gagawin natin sa mga susunod na pages. It's just a transferring of accounts from the general journal. But of course, we should not forget, no, the posting reference. We should remember na napaka-importante po nito para just in case merong problema or you will be encountering, no, some imbalances on the figures na in-input mo, mas madali pong hanapin based on the posting reference. So, we will just be continuing answer. Okay? So, transferring of accounts lang po from, okay, the general journal to the general ledger. So, I will be providing you soft copy of the answers later on. Okay? So, proceed na po ako. So, next. Accounts receivable. Okay, so on the accounts receivable, meron po tayo, debit side po muna tayo. We have 1. And then we have also 2. Yan, 2. Yan, so dalawa lang po yung accounts receivable. So we will record. We have on July 5. Okay. General Journal 1. Debit of 70,000 pesos. Ayan. So, July 5. Accounts receivable were 70,000 pesos debit side. And another, of course, lalagay natin dito. Okay, general ledger, page 2. Ayan. Kasi nasa page 2 na po tayo. Okay? Next date, we have also July 25. Okay? General Journal 1 worth 62,500. Yan. So, saan ang July 25? Ayan po. House receivable, 62,500. Okay. Lalagay na po natin dito. General ledger, page 2. Okay. So, total 132,500. Okay. On credit side. Yan. Titignan natin. Credit side. Credit side. Ayan. Meron lang po tayong isa. Okay. That is dated July 20. Yan. So, worth 35,000 pesos. Okay. So, susulat po natin dito. July 20, General Journal 1, credit in the amount of 35,000 pesos. So, dito naman, lalagay natin, General Ledger, page 2. Okay. Double rule. Okay. Next, account, prepaid rent. We have. So, ganun lang po. It's just a transferring of account. Do not forget na ilagay po yung ledger and journal. Okay? So, prepaid rent. We have July 2. General Journal 1 in the amount of 60,000 pesos. Ayan. So, nag-iisa lang naman po yung prepaid rent po natin. Ito lang siya. So, General Ledger page 3. Next account, we have furniture and fixture. Okay, nag-iisa lang din po siya, no? So, meron lang po tayo sa July 1. On debit side, yan. So, furniture and fixture, debit side. Wala po tayong credit side niyan. So, general journal page 1, amounting to 50,000 pesos. So, lalagay po natin dito, furniture fixture, general ledger, page 4. Kasi, page 4 na po siya. Okay. Next account. Okay, page 5. Shop equipment. So, kung mapapansin nyo, inuuna ko po lahat ng asset account para hindi po nakakalito. Ang shop equipment po natin ay isa lang din po, nasa July 1. So, since nasa page 5 na tayo, pwede na natin unahin ilagay dito, general ledger. Okay, page 5. Okay, so, lagay po natin dito, July 1, general journal page 1. Sorry, hindi ko na ano. And then, magkano ang ating shop equipment? 65,000 pesos. Okay. Yeah. The next, okay, we have also office equipment. Okay. Office equipment. Hanapin natin ang office equipment. Ito siya. Nandito po siya sa July 10, worth 45,000 pesos. So, ilagay na po natin. Anong page na tayo? Page 6 na po. So, we can indicate here, general ledger, page 6. Okay? So, magkano ang office equipment natin? Indicate muna natin yung date. July 10. So, general journal 1. Worth 45,000 pesos. Okay? Next, we have, dito na tayo sa liability. Accounts payable. Okay? Meron po tayo niyan sa credit side. Accounts here. Dated July 10. So, since nasa page 7 na po tayo, pwede na po natin ilagay dito, general ledger, page 7. Worth 40,500. Okay? So, transfer lang po tayo dito. Okay? Huwag po kayo malilito. Credit side po ang ating accounts payable. So, July 10. Okay? Ayan, sorry po, namatay ang aking ilaw. So, let's proceed. So, July 10. Okay? Magkano po yun? General Journal, page 1. It's worth 40,500. Okay. Next, we have the withholding tax payable. Ayan. Okay? So, sa withholding tax payable natin, meron tayong dalawa kasi dalawang beses na nagpasweldo si VNR Services. Ito po siya. At saka, ito. 15 and 31. So, since nasa page 8 na po tayo, we can already place here, General Ledger, page 8. Ganon din po dito, General Ledger, page 8. Okay, so, dito we have 2,500. Dito naman po, we have 3,500. Okay, so first date, July 15. General Journal, page 1. That is worth 2,500 pesos. And then July 31, General Journal 1, that is 3,500 pesos. So, total, we have 6,000 pesos. Okay, so ito po ang ating withholding tax payable. Next. Okay, so nandito na po tayo sa page 9. Page 9. So, SSS payable. Okay, so magkakasunod lang po siya sa withholding tax, ano? So, 15 ulit, 1. And then sa 31, 2. So, we can already place here General Ledger, page 9. Then, General Ledger, page 9. Yan. So, transfer lang po natin. Okay? So, sa SSS payable, we have July 15, General Journal, page 1. And then, credit amounting to 800 pesos sa July 15. Meron din tayong July 31, General Journal, page 1. Okay? Amounting to 1,250 pesos. Total, we have 2,050. Okay. Next. Page 10. Okay, page 10 is pag-ibig payable. Okay, so pag-ibig payable natin, okay, kakasunod lang din sila. It's 15 ulit. We have here. And then 31 here. So, since nasa page 10 na tayo sa General Ledger. Okay, lagay natin dito. General Ledger, page 10. And then, General Ledger, page 10. Okay? Transfer lang po tayo. So, again, it is on the credit side. Ayan, dito po. So, July 15, General Journal, page 1. Kano po ang ating pag-ibig nung 15? 200 pesos. And then on 31, General Journal, page 1, we have 400 pesos. Total, 600 pesos. The next, capital account, page 11. So we have via capital. Okay? Via capital, isa lang din naman po yan. Ito siya. It's on the credit side. Okay? So, we have July 1. Okay? So, before we forget, lagay na po natin dito, General Ledger, page 11. Okay? So, that is worth General Journal, page 1. That is worth 215,000 pesos. Next, income. Page 12. Service income. Yan, sorry. So, service income natin, lahat on credit side. Okay? So, we have here July 2. Meron din tayo sa July 5. Meron din tayo sa July. Yan, 25. So, tatlo. Lahat po yan on credit side. So, we are going to put now, okay, General Ledger, page 12. Okay, General Ledger, page 12. And then, General Ledger, page 12. So, service income, July 2, General Journal, page 1, 75,000 pesos. And then, July 5, General Journal page 1, 100,000 pesos. And then July 25, General Journal page 1, that is 125,000 pesos. Total, 300,000 pesos. Double rule. Okay, ano pa ba hindi natin nare-record? We have salaries and wages. Okay, I think yun na po yung last nating i-record. So, meron tayo dito, isa, dalawa. On debit side naman po siya. So, lagay na natin, General Ledger, page 13. Kasi page 13 na tayo, mga kapatid. Yan. And then, General Ledger, page 13. So, kumpleto na po natin ang ating posting reference sa ating journal entry. Okay? And then, of course, same goes with our posting entry. So, lagay natin dito, salaries and wages. Ayan. So, debit side. July 15, General Journal, page 1, 30,000 pesos. Then, July 31, General Journal, page 1, 50,000 pesos. Total, 80,000 pesos. Okay. So, ayan. We are already done with our posting entry on the general ledger and our journal entry on the general journal. Now, okay, so ang reference natin on the posting entry is the general journal. So ngayon naman, we are going to do the preliminary report, which is called the trial balance, in order for us to simply check the correctness of the inputted values on the general journal and the general ledger. So, dito naman, we are just going to transfer, okay, the details, each details of the accounts to the trial balance, okay, trial balance report. So, dalawa po yan, trial balance of total and the trial balance of balances. Okay. So, sa paglilipat po ng figures from the general ledger to the trial balance, okay, remember, na kung ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng accounts dito po sa ating ledger, from page 1 to page 13, yun din pong pagkakasunod-sunod na ilalagay natin dito sa ating trial balance. Okay? Huwag po kayong malilito doon. Napakadali lang pong gawin yon. Okay? So, let's start. So, on page 1 of the ledger, we have cash. Okay? So, dito sa cash, okay? Yan. Ito muna. Okay? We have debit, credit. So, sa cash natin dito, parehas na meron. Ang ilalagay na lang po natin is the total. Okay? So, cash, debit, 302,500 pesos. And then, credit of 135,850 pesos. Okay? Next, page 2. Ano yung page na natin? Accounts receivable. Yan. So, yung pagkakasunod-sunod lang po ang gagawin natin. So, I will be proceeding na lang po. Yan. Since wala po tayong credit side sa prepaid rent sa ating ledger, we can put here 0.00. Next, furniture and fixture. Debit side, 50,000 pesos. Wala din po tayo niyan sa ledger. So, 0.00. Next is the shop equipment. Ayan, shop equipment. Debit lang po siya, wala din pong credit. Worth 65,000 pesos. No credit side, 00. Office equipment. Worth 45,000 pesos. No credit side, kaya po 00. Next, accounts payable. Accounts payable po natin as on the credit side. So, since wala sa debit side, 000. 40,500 pesos. Next, withholding tax payable. We have 6,000 pesos on credit side. Yan. Next, SSS payable. Yan. So, credit side din po siya. Wala sa debit. So, we have a total of 2,050 pesos. Next, we have also pag-ibig payable. Okay. Same din po siya sa credit side. Total of 600 pesos. And then, we have also via capital. Ayan. So, under credit side, 000, worth 215,000 pesos. Okay. And then, we have also service income. Okay. On credit side din po siya ulit. So, 000. That is worth 300,000 pesos. And then last, we have, ito po siya ha. Ito, yeah. Diyan po ako kumukuha ng aking information. So, last is the salaries and wages on debit side, 80,000 pesos. Okay. So, debit side worth 80,000 pesos. So, 0, 0. Now, we are going to get the total of the debit and credit side. Okay? Para ma-check natin yung credibility ng ating journal entry. So, matatandaan nyo, yan po ang total niya. 735,000. Okay? 735,000 balance ang debit credit. Now, to ensure if tama po ito, we will have to total this. Okay? So, kapag tinotal natin dito, actually, ang amount po niya ay 735,000 pesos. At kapag in-add din po natin ito, ang total amount niya ay 735,000 pesos. Do not forget the peso sign. Then, double rule. Okay, yan po, nakalagay na yung double rule niya. Okay? So, kung makikita mo na credible po ang ating ni-record sa ating journal sheet kasi parehas po silang balanse dito sa ating trial balance of total. Okay? Next, dito naman po tayo sa trial balance of balances. So, remember that the trial balance of balances, okay, the same po yung pagkakaayos nito ang ilalagay po natin dito. It's just that since trial balance of balances, we're going to get the difference of the debit and credit and put the difference on the higher value. Okay, halimbawa po dito, 302,500 minus 135,850. Okay, the difference of this is 166,650 pesos. Ilalagay natin ito sa mas malaki ang value. So, ganun lang po. Ma-minus and then ilalagay yung difference sa higher value. It could either be in the debit or in the credit side. So, kukopiahin lang po natin ito dito. Okay? Pasensya na po talaga kayo sa ating handwriting. Talagang ganito lang po ang aking sulat. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yan. So, sabi ko kanina, minus lang po natin yung debit and credit. So, minus 302,500 minus 135,850 is 166,650 pesos. Since mas malaki ang debit, sa debit po natin siya ilalagay. So, 166,650 pesos. Next, accounts receivable. 132,500 minus 35,000 pesos is 97,500. So, saan natin ilalagay? On the debit side ulit kasi mas malaki yung value. So, lalagay po natin dito, accounts receivable, trial balance of balances, worth 97,500. So, gagawin lang din po natin yon hanggang sa matapos po, hanggang baba. So, yan. Ito naman po ang kanyang difference. Furniture and fixture is 50,000 pesos. Shop equipment is 65,000 pesos. Office equipment is 45,000 pesos. Okay, sa lahat po yun, dito po yun ha. Okay, so kinapi lang po natin yung 60,000 for furniture and yung prepaid rent until office equipment kasi 0-0 naman po ito. Okay, next, ganun din sa accounts payable, kokopay lang din po natin kasi wala naman po tayo i-difference dahil 0 po siya. So, sa accounts payable, we will be putting it On credit side, 40,500 pesos. Withholding tax of 6,000 pesos. Then, SSS payable of 2,050 pesos. Pag-ibig, 600. Service income, 215,000 pesos. And service income, that should be via capital, 215,000 pesos. Service income of 300,000 pesos. And of course, salaries and wages. Dito po siya sa debit, worth 80,000 pesos. Now, we will try to get the total. Okay, ang total po nito ay 564,150 pesos. 564,150 pesos. Ang total din po nito ay same. It's equal. It's balance. Now, if your figures are all balanced from your journal sheet, okay, correct transfer from the journal sheet to the general ledger. Okay. And then, if we are going to transfer it on the first preliminary report, okay, which is the trial balance, at balance siya, balance din siya sa trial balance of total, meaning, you are all correct in your input. Okay. And with that, I congratulate you if you could perfect the activity. Okay? So, next po, magpo-post po ako ng ganitong activity din. You can use already the template that I've sent you, the Word template of this one. Okay? So, pwede nyo pong gamitin yon sa pagsagot later on. So, I will be posting an activity like this. Okay? Ibang transaction lang po. Okay? So, that would be all. Thank you. If you have any questions, just PM me po para masagot po natin ito ng agaran. Okay? So, that's all. Thanks and good luck to your next activity.